Thank you for being here. Well, have you ever been in a conversation and someone says something that just kind of hits you the wrong way? And another person there says, I think you took that wrong. I don't think they meant it that way. Well, don't you wonder, why did you take it the wrong way and they took it the right way? Well, just like some people gain skills and become great chefs, and some people gain great skills and become great musicians, communication is a skill. And unfortunately, a lot of people have not gotten that skill. And so, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about 2 reasons that there are disconnects in communication. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is there are also solutions. So for right now today, we're going to talk about the 2 reasons for disconnect. And I want you to look at the people next to you and say, I am so glad you're here because you really need this. Go ahead. Thank you. So here's what I want you to do. Right at the tables where you are, I want you to take a minute or 2, and I want you to talk about those things that either when you first meet someone or when you have a conversation with someone just kind of hits you the wrong way, right? What is it that they may say, or how might they say it, that tends for you to go, I don't know about this person, all right? So take a minute or 2 at your tables. What are those things that hit you the wrong way as you communicate with someone? 1, 2, 3, go. What is it that hits you wrong? Excuse me. I'm hearing some great stuff. Okay, in the interest of time, why don't we come back together, and I'm going to put this back out to you. How many of you heard something or said something that had something to do with either the way someone said things or the kind of attitude in their voice or whatever? Anyone? I see. What did they say? What did you hear?
Who, me?
Yes, or at the table. Who, me? Who, me?
I think I offended somebody when I didn't mean to.
Okay. Was it because of something that you said or
Yes,
okay.
I was being humorous.
I was being humorous. Well, they obviously had no sense of humor is what it was. How about someone from over here? What else? Anyone? Yes, ma'am.
I said that it's the holier-than-thou attitude about politics.
Okay, so political things and the attitude. Notice she said the attitude, all right? So different people can say things different ways. And today we're going to talk about 2 of those reasons for disconnect so that you know what to expect when you're out there. So let me give you an example for the first one. My husband and I have a 17-year-old daughter that we love very much. Almost every day. Okay? And what I'm going to do is to give you this example, and I'll kind of tie it in at the end. One day, this was several years ago, I was in a meeting. And when I left the meeting, the folks in the meeting came up to me and they said, hey, would you like to go to lunch when we're finished? And I said, oh, that sounds great. And they said, well, what would you like to eat? And I said, oh, I don't care. I'm pretty flexible, whatever. So we went out to lunch. We had a wonderful time. I left and went home. Well, that same afternoon when I got home, our darling daughter, precious child of mine, you have one too then, don't you? Yeah. Yes, was lying on the couch. She had one leg thrown over the back of the couch. She had one leg dangling down to the side, and she was texting furiously right there. So I walked in, I kissed her on the head, and I said, hi. And she's like, bleh, bleh, bleh. So she grumbled something. I have no idea what it was. And I turned around, and I saw the kitchen. Now, one of her jobs is to empty out the dishwasher, to put back in the dishes, and to clean up the counter. I see y'all smiling because you know what I'm talking about, don't you? All right, so you know where this is going already. I looked in. There were dishes everywhere. So I walked over to her, and I said, Hannah, I said, you know, I just wanted to let you know, honey, I need you to get up and go clean up the kitchen. Because if we don't take care of that stuff, there's going to be ants in there. She dropped one leg onto the floor. She pulled the other leg and clunked it over onto the floor. And she slowly stood up. All 5 feet, 10 inches of her. I have no idea where she gets that. And she looked at me, and she made the mistake of making one of those little huffy breaths with the eye roll, and she went, whatever. Whatever? I walked over to her and uttered the words that every teenager loathes to hear. I snatched the technology from her hand and I said, your phone is mine. And she said to me, Mom, I can't believe this. That's so unfair. She goes, I didn't do anything wrong. All I said was whatever. Mom, whatever is not a bad word. You'd be shocked to hear some of the words the kids at my school use. Well, you know, it may shock her that those words were not invented when she was a freshman in high school. You know what I'm saying? Everybody uses the same words. They've been around forever. And the exact same word that she used and got in trouble for was the exact same word I had used hours before when we went to lunch. Everyone uses the same words. And I looked at her very calmly and I said, Hannah, honey, it's not just what you say. It's a smart group, isn't it? I like that. And she said, Mom, I think you're being very unfair. I really think you need to stop and think about this for a minute. And I thought, you know, she's probably right. So I stopped and I thought, phone gone, okay? Phone gone. So the first reason for disconnect is your approach. And that approach may have to do with the tone in your voice, and it may also have to do with the attitude in your voice. And there are times, especially in a business situation, where that tone and that attitude may be very subtle, but you know it's there, and there will be repercussions for that. So let's talk about the second reason then for disconnect, and I'll give you an example for this too. Because we used a personal example for the first one, I'm going to turn it and make it a business one for the second reason. Let's say you're going to a meeting. And there are two types of people that go to meetings. And the first type of person gets there 10, 15 minutes early. They've got their notes, they've got their pen, they've got their cup of coffee, and they're sitting there waiting for the meeting to start, right? The second type of person runs in about 5 minutes till, oh my gosh, did you see the traffic on 435? I thought I was gonna die. Hey, do I have dog hair on my jacket right here? Oh, nice shirt. Man, it's freezing in here. I think I need coffee. Do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? Ooh, coffee, coffee, coffee. I'll be right back. And the first type of person is sitting there thinking, sit down, shut up. And the second type of person is thinking, oh, chill out, get a life. And neither one is wrong as long as that meeting starts on time. But what you've done is you've already created this us and them silent army. And no words have been spoken between you yet. But the us's don't sit with the thems. And the thems don't sit with the us's. And if someone new comes into the room, you kind of wait to see, are they going to sit with us or are they going to sit with them? And if you talk to them in the halls, kind of hurts my feelings a little bit because, you know, I thought you were one of us, right? And you've built this wedge between you that will carry over into the meetings you go to, the projects that you work on, all of these different types of things. And the reason is, our second reason for disconnect, is that you're thinking like you, and you expect everyone to be like you. In 2010, the Harvard Business Review conducted a study, and they went to Sandy Pentland, Alex is his given name, who is the director of MIT's Human Dynamics Lab. And the challenge that they put to Sandy was, can you tell in a commercial business situation who will be successful without knowing what they have to offer? And after the study was conducted at MIT, their findings came back, and I quote, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. My name is Barb Teicher, and I would be honored to speak at your event. If you would like to have me come, please come and talk to me. And if you loved what you heard, tell me that too. But remember, when you do, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Thank you very much.